Hey there, virtual adventurers. Grab your controllers because Steam Daily is here to unveil the gaming wonders of 7 November 2023. Within the realm of Hydrofoil Generation, your mission is to navigate cutting-edge sailing vessels capable of flying over water at speeds exceeding 50 knots. Developed by Jack's Fin Studio, a passion project by Stefano Kunos Casillo, co-founder of Kuno Simulazioni, this realistic foiling simulator challenges you to master the helm, sails, and foils. Strive to keep your boat soaring high for maximum speed while contending with dynamic elements like changing winds, sea conditions, and up to 10 opponents in intense multiplayer races. Hydrofoil Generation extends its experience with official Sail GP content, introducing the F50 catamarans and liveries, reaching speeds close to 100 km/h. The game features various vessels, including the F50, JX50 and JX40, each with distinct capabilities, ready to race in iconic locations such as Chicago, Den Haag, Hong Kong, and Bermuda. Let's take a closer look at our next review. According to various reviews, Hydrofoil Generation offers a realistic sailing experience, particularly appealing to regatta enthusiasts. Developed by Jack's Fin and published by Hook, the game is inspired by Stefano Casillo, an original founder of Kudos Interactive, ensuring a solid simulation and racing foundation. The tutorials, though detailed, are noted for being excessively harsh and occasionally buggy. Audio is considered good but not fully immersive, while graphics are praised for their crispness, with some water-related animations needing improvement. Issues raised include the absence of a Discord channel, the lack of an AI seasonal career mode, and difficulties finding opponents for races. Despite being in early access, the game has potential with its realistic regatta-style racing. Players can race with assists on, but mastering manual sailing is highlighted as a significant challenge. The addition of a career mode and AI opponents is suggested for improvement. Hydrofoil Generation places players in control of state-of-the-art sailboats, providing a thrilling flying experience over water at high speeds. The game features multiplayer races in locations like The Hague, Hong Kong, and Bermuda. Reviewers commend the simulator mechanics that constantly test the balance between speed and capsizing, pushing both sailing skills and vessel limits. Excellent visuals, physics, and sound are noted, making it a must-have for racing regatta simulator enthusiasts. Players appreciate the gained functionality, intuitive controls, and the option to use controllers. The unique engine's performance, reaching 400+ FPS, is praised. The simulator is considered a challenge for racing fans, and the prospect of more boats and future updates is eagerly anticipated. The option to turn off assist is encouraged for a true challenge, emphasizing the difficulty of mastering a hydrofoil boat while managing sails and flight controls. In summary, Hydrofoil Generation is seen as a fun and engaging simulation experience with room for improvement, particularly in addressing tutorial difficulties, enhancing water animations, and adding more features like AI opponents and career modes. The overall potential of the game is acknowledged, making it a noteworthy choice for those seeking a realistic regatta racing experience. Within the realm of YetiFree, your mission is to embrace the role reversal of the classic ski-free. As the menacing Yeti of the slopes, you're hungry and on a mission to devour as many skiers as possible to avoid hibernation. Navigate the slopes, overcoming ski patrol and accidental avalanches, smashing, slamming, and blasting your way to the highest score. Enjoy procedurally generated levels, robust physics, combos for massive points, and compete with friends on Steam leaderboards. YetiFree, where the Yeti must feed. And now we come to the reviews. As observed by multiple reviewers, MOOS MOD emerges as the standout favourite for 2023. YetiFree, a nostalgic delight, skillfully revives the ski-free magic from the 90s with its pixelated graphics and addictive gameplay. The Yeti Chase adds an accelerating touch, making it a 10/10 retro rollercoaster. Players appreciate the game's challenge and the developer's evident dedication. It's a fun, intense experience with a cascade of achievements. One player, claiming a Yeti upbringing, attests to the game's accurate portrayal of Yeti life, evoking childhood memories with a nostalgic yet gruesome charm. With a final enthusiastic NOM, YetiFree secures its status as a beloved 2023 game. In this exciting game, AETHERIS, players must embark on a thrilling adventure in a handcrafted and flamboyant wilderness. This tactical RPG features turn-based battles, combining roguelite and tabletop elements. Facing the voracious shade, players must make strategic choices, explore unique environments, and call for multiplayer coup backup when the challenge intensifies. Every journey through the wilderness in AETHERIS is a unique adventure shaped by individual decisions, the winds of fate, and the influence of mysterious entities. The game boasts a distinctive artistic direction, with 7 regions each offering an immersive experience, complete with its own atmosphere, soundtrack, and storyline. Engaging in strategic turn-based battles against wild creatures is crucial, requiring players to exploit enemy weaknesses and strategically use their skills. The game introduces a personality-based skill system, allowing players to learn new abilities based on the chosen personality for their Vazard, leading to varied and strategic gameplay approaches. Unpredictable events spice up the journey, introducing unexpected encounters, opportunities, and dangers. Players must choose their path wisely, as decisions profoundly impact the unfolding story. AETHERIS also offers a cooperative multiplayer mode, enabling players to team up as a party of 4 companions to face greater challenges together or tragically die trying. Time is of the essence in AETHERIS, as the menacing shade relentlessly pursues players. Staying one step ahead, adapting strategies, and racing against the encroaching darkness adds an additional layer of urgency to the adventure. Let's take a closer look at our next review. As observed by multiple reviewers, the game boasts a unique art style and, despite initial reservations about being a roguelite, it proves to be enjoyable. The art and music combination creates a special atmosphere, enhancing the overall experience. The Vazard characters and enemy designs receive praise for their uniqueness and challenge factor. Lack of bugs is noted, contrary to expectations for a recent release. Suggestions include additional content for the village and the possibility of pets or mounts. One reviewer likens AETHERIS to artist-focused games like Gris or Spiritfarer, emphasizing its powerful art direction and sound design. The game's departure from typical trends prioritizing gameplay is acknowledged. While improvements are desired for readability and balance, the overall verdict is a promising early access title. The turn-based roguelite nature, challenging monsters, personality-based skill system, and time pressure receive positive feedback. Visuals are described as stunning, making AETHERIS a recommended choice for those seeking an epic adventure. Another player expresses appreciation for the game's unique art style, replayability, and extensive customization options for building a 4-player team. Tactical RPG fans are encouraged to play with a mention of an interview with the developers. The price-quality ratio is deemed worth it, especially during a sale. However, the early access status is evident in some rough edges. The reviewer suggests buying now for those interested in supporting and experiencing the ongoing development or waiting for more content. Highlighted positives include the marvelous and detailed art style that adds to replayability. Customization options for characters, weapons, and skills are praised, fostering attachment to characters over runs. Turn-based battles with strategic depth, initiative roles, and learning enemy behaviors contribute to an interesting gameplay experience. Varied events outside of battles maintain consistency without becoming stale. Criticisms include early access issues like crude animations and ability descriptions, an underwhelming main hub, and a desire for more activities in the village. In this exciting game, Little Goody Two-Shoes, players must guide Elise, an ambitious girl aiming for wealth, through a dark twist of a fairy tale horror adventure. Discovering enchanted red shoes in her backyard, Elise's journey unfolds in the mysterious woods, with 10 possible endings based on your choices. Manage Elise's village life during the day, building relationships and playing minigames, while surviving deadly encounters in the woods at night. Carefully navigate through the village suspicions and explore the mystical woodlands, all within a limited day and night cycle. Uncover secrets, survive encounters, and even find romance in this captivating horror narrative adventure. Let's now delve into the reviews. Common feedback points to a mix of positive and negative opinions about the game. Players appreciate the engaging storyline and beautiful graphics, praising the open world exploration, charming characters, and diverse gameplay elements such as mini-games and puzzles. The inclusion of romantic options and LGBTQ+ themes is well received, adding depth to the narrative. However, some reviewers express frustration with certain aspects, including confusing mini-games, one-shot enemies, and the lack of fast travel, leading to tedious back-and-forth travel. Additionally, criticism is directed at forced bad choices in the storyline, which some find unrealistic and counterproductive to the horror/mystery genre. Despite these concerns, the game's unique setting and art style leave a lasting impression on players, with many recommending it for its captivating fairy tale experience. Within the realm of Redgar the Space Viking, your mission is to navigate a retro-futuristic world as Redgar, a space Viking on a quest to save his family from the sinister Stratos X after a mysterious alien rock brings advanced technology to Earth. Redgar must unveil the secrets of this new world, battling enemies with a mix of medieval and sci-fi weaponry. Explore intricately designed maps, confront eccentric inhabitants, and immerse yourself in the adrenaline-pumping action of turning adversaries into mush. Stealth or all-out assault, the choice is yours in this electrifying top-down shooter with an original soundtrack. Let's take a closer look at our next review. Reviewers are of the opinion that the soundtrack is a head-banging masterpiece. Positive feedback includes the incorporation of light elements from Hotline Miami, entertaining dialogue, and a challenging difficulty level. However, some drawbacks noted are the absence of a windowed mode, insufficient tutorial coverage of mechanics, and issues with monitor configuration. Despite these concerns, the overall score stands at 8/10. The game is praised for its cohesive blend of music, art, and gameplay, offering a nostalgic shoot 'em up experience. Fluid combat mechanics, diverse weapon choices, and creatively crafted levels contribute to a positive impression. The game's accessibility, running even on low-end systems, is highlighted. A full walkthrough rates gameplay, graphics, story, and PC requirements positively. The game's duration is estimated at 1 minute 2 hours. Described as badass, the game's engaging story and varied weapon/power-up combinations are commended. Players appreciate the dynamic action, with memorable moments like NPCs dodging gunfire and hurling sledgehammers. Despite challenges prompting a switch to easy difficulty, the overall experience is deemed worth the investment. Within the realm of Robocraft 2, 100 years after the events of Robocraft, two corporations return to Mars, engaging in a fierce battle for the powerful resource called Protonium. As the war unfolds, players embark on a mission of ultimate online destruction, experiencing block-by-block destruction and intense PvP gameplay. Armed with futuristic weaponry, players dominate different maps in quick play, ranked play, and special events. Adapt to the ever-changing battlefield by holding the ground, taking to the air, or switching mid-combat. Even when machines are down, the fight continues on foot with the trusty QNG assault rifle. Explore the machine-covered terrain, utilizing powerful turrets and vehicles scattered throughout the maps to seek revenge. High-fidelity server-side physics simulate every block on your vehicle, creating a realistic experience where destruction is shared between adversaries. Machines with realistic physics add an extra layer of strategy, as top-heavy constructions fall over, and heavy-flying objects face challenges in taking off. In the Community Robot Factory, players access an extensive array of machines created by the community. Customize choices, enter battles, and earn robots to unlock more options. The possibilities for building and downloading machines are endless, with frequent releases of new parts. Skilled engineers conquer the ground and sky, defining weight distribution, strength, and style with individual block paint materials and an RGB color picker. For those inclined to create their instruments of destruction, earn notoriety and gain currency by uploading machines, showcasing building skills. The construction systems offer control over shapes at any scale. Exciting features such as a friends and party system, hoverblaze, and tank tracks are in development. Stay updated on development news by wishlist the game on Steam and following social media channels. And now we come to the reviews. According to various reviews, Robocraft 2 RC was considered a downgrade from its predecessor, Robocraft 1. The game, released in an early access state, faces criticism for its microtransactions. While the concept of building vehicles for multiplayer combat is appreciated, RC2 falls short with issues like poor performance, janky driving, and frustrating combat. The graphics, audio, and art direction are also criticized. The game's history reflects a lack of direction, with frequent changes and reworks. RC2's foundation spans nearly 5 years, incorporating elements from earlier games like RCX, Gamecraft, and Techlux. Trust in Free Jam, the company behind the game, is questioned. The developer's carelessness, as seen in previous projects, raises concerns about their commitment to RC2. The repeating symptoms of adding shortcuts instead of addressing core issues contribute to a perception of a delusional quest for new players. Overall, RC2 receives mixed reviews, highlighting its flaws and the questionable practices of Free Jam. Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2 is a highly anticipated fighting game boasting an expansive character roster, featuring beloved Nickelodeon characters like SpongeBob SquarePants, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Squidward Tentacles, Jimmy Neutron, and more. Players can engage in thrilling battles, mastering unique movesets, and unleashing powerful supers to secure victory. Purchase before 11/14/2023 to snag the exclusive elastic waistband costume. The game introduces a new single-player campaign, challenging players to thwart Danny Phantom's arch-villain Vlad Plasmus from dominating the Nickelodeon universe. With enhanced visuals, audio, animations, modes, stages, mechanics, taunts, and movesets, Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2 promises an immersive experience for players of all skill levels. Cinematic supers amplify the intensity, offering animated devastating blows to opponents. The roster is expanded and improved, featuring both new additions and returning fan favorites, ensuring diverse and engaging gameplay. Let's take a closer look at our next review. Common feedback points to issues with key rebinding on the keyboard, specifically the inability to use WASD. Some express frustration, calling it insane. On a positive note, the game is considered a vast improvement from the first, with polished and enjoyable gameplay. However, some players feel alienated due to restrictions like joystick-only controls. The absence of hitboxes and inability to remap for D-pad are mentioned as drawbacks. Despite this, the sequel is praised for addressing improvements needed from the first game, offering well-designed characters and creative movesets. The stages are visually appealing with competitive layouts, and costumes show a significant step up. Single-player content, including a fun roguelike campaign, is highlighted for its replayability. Voice acting and dialogue interactions received positive remarks, adding soul to the characters. The Slime Eater is considered the show's all-star, enhancing gameplay dynamics for players of all skill levels. Criticisms include online bugs and occasional softlooks. Notable features like the lack of replays, inability to remount controls on all platforms, and the absence of a multi-man or endless enemy horde mode are mentioned. Despite these issues, the game is recommended for Nickelodeon and platform fighter enthusiasts, offering a surprisingly solid experience, particularly on the Steam Deck. Diverse character roster and the addition of the slime mechanic are praised, while optimization concerns on the Steam Deck are acknowledged. Overall, the game is seen as a crazy huge improvement, with extensive content and polish justifying its price tag. Some expressed disappointment at the absence of Timmy Turner in the roster. In this exciting game, Tintin Reporter Cigars of the Pharaoh, players must join Tintin and Snowy as they embark on a colourful adventure across Egypt, India, and Arabia. After meeting Professor Sarcophagus, Tintin sets out to uncover the dark secrets hidden in the tomb of Pharaoh Kiosk. The journey leads them to investigate a massive drug trafficking network in the east. With rich storytelling and faithful representation of the Tintin universe, players will explore diverse landscapes, from deserts to lush jungles. The game offers a unique and innovative gameplay experience, blending adventure and investigative elements. As a detective/reporter, players must search for clues, solve puzzles, engage in investigative dialogues, and navigate through various challenges, including riddles, stealth phases, and thrilling chases. Dive into the heart of Hergest's creative legacy and experience the adventure like a real reporter. Let's take a closer look at our next review. According to various reviews, the excitement for this game quickly turned to disappointment due to numerous game-breaking bugs. Players encountered issues such as unresponsive chat prompts, inability to move, and persistent crashes. The controls, especially during QuickTime events QTS, were described as annoying. The lack of manual save and the inability to skip cutscenes added to the frustration. Some users reported frame rate problems, even with high-end graphics cards. On a positive note, a Tintin fan expressed enjoyment of the game's playability, immersion, and faithfulness to the original comic. However, they mentioned a desire for improvements, including better controls and character appearances. Another Tintin enthusiast, despite expressing disappointment and encountering crashes, remained hopeful for future patches to enhance the game. In terms of bugs, reviewers reported issues such as crashes after specific in-game events, graphical anomalies, and unreliable stealth meters. The movement mechanics were criticized for being janky, with limited speed options. While the art style and cartoonish characteristics were praised, the fixed camera rotation speed and QTE challenges with mouse and keyboard were deemed problematic. The game's voice acting received positive remarks. A comprehensive review from a player who completed the entire game in approximately 9 hours highlighted both positives and negatives. The voice acting was acknowledged, character designs were praised, but criticism was directed at Snowy's bark. The review emphasized the importance of honesty, stating that the game should not be sugar-coated simply because it's based on Tintin. In this exciting game, Stronghold Definitive Edition, players must relive the glory of the original BAFTA-nominated real-time strategy game. Set in a fractured, war-torn medieval England, take control of scattered forces to reunite the kingdom against the treacherous rat, pig, snake, and wolf. Engage in missions from breaking sieges to building epic fortresses, testing your strategic mind in both military and economic campaigns. With remade graphics, community-requested features, and a remastered soundtrack, experience the ultimate version of the game that started it all. Unite a broken realm, retell a legend, and build your stronghold in this classic RTS and city builder gameplay. Your kingdom awaits. And now we come to the reviews. Initial impressions indicate that this game brings back childhood memories for many players. It's praised for maintaining the essence of the original with improved visuals and quality of life changes. Some express gratitude to Firefly Studios for the nostalgic journey and appreciate the reasonable pricing of the remaster. The integration with Steam Workshop is noted for bringing in new content. However, there are concerns about the absence of certain features, including skirmish mode vs AI in single player or multiplayer, leading to disappointment for some players. The limited multiplayer options, lack of custom game mode, and cooperative multiplayer are highlighted as drawbacks. Despite these concerns, fans of the original game find the remaster to be a worthwhile purchase, with praises for the updated graphics and smoother gameplay. Overall, the game is described as a piece of strategy game history that successfully combines the charm of the past with a modern touch. Within the realm of idling gears, your mission is to amass wealth by clicking on the golden gear, strategically investing in gears and upgrades to boost your money production. Expand your gears across a map with hidden surprises, adding a twist to the clicker idler genre. As you progress, face the challenge of slow advancement, prompting ascension to unlock permanent production boosts. Experience a simple yet engaging clicker-ida game with ample hours of playtime and achievements to unlock. Join the community and enjoy the journey of financial growth in idling gears. Let's take a closer look at our next review. Initial impressions indicate that the game has potential, but there are significant issues with mechanics and explanations. Players express frustration over unclear mechanics, such as the drastic drop in income when adding gear structures under load capacity. Questions arise about the functioning of big gears and their torque, leading to confusion. Concerns extend to the minigame block, which claims to provide a certain amount of income but fails to deliver as promised. Despite these issues, some players acknowledge the effort put into the game by indie developers. Constructive feedback suggests the need for clarification on mechanics, addressing glitches, and potentially adding features like a prestige mechanism that collect a block, and attribute points for enhanced replayability. The game is deemed slow and boring initially, requiring experimentation to understand the principles of torque and speed. Players who persevered and experimented discovered strategies for maximizing income, such as compounding gears and managing load capacity. However, there are complaints about the lack of early tutorials, contributing to a steep learning curve. Some players note issues with the UI, describing it as poorly optimized for monitors and expressing dissatisfaction with the oversized elements and sluggish scrolling. The overall impression is mixed, with acknowledgement of potential but a clear need for improvements in mechanics explanations and user interface design. The game franchise Hockey Manager 10 marks the series' 10th anniversary, offering an immersive and authentic hockey strategy gaming experience. With a plethora of new features, players can choose from dozens of leagues worldwide, guiding a team to glory, including a shot at the coveted Stanley Cup. Licensed by the NHL, FHM 10 allows players to control their favorite franchise, navigate international competitions, delve into historical games, or even create custom leagues. Importing saves from FHM 9 is seamless, enabling continuity with added features. New additions include significant changes to custom leagues, introducing promotion/relegation systems and the ability to import leagues directly. The trade system is revamped, allowing for specifying team needs and refining player searches. Media management adds a layer of realism, as local media covers teams with potential consequences for public statements. The 2D mode sees improvements in breakout and neutral zone play. Historical mode now extends back to 1909, incorporating the National Hockey Association and offering the option to start as a historical expansion team with a real expansion draft. Canadian University Hockey is introduced, with 35 playable universities, and American teams contend with a transfer portal. Enhanced scouting options encompass scouting tournaments and new youth tournaments, providing insight into rising stars. Preseason kicks off with a prospect tournament, and interface improvements simplify player information access. Awards are revamped with numerous new player award options, and player development routines produce a more realistic pool of players over the years. Playoff scheduling is improved, ensuring playoff hockey continues without breaks, and the game includes complete team and player updates for the 2023-24 season. Alongside these major changes, FHM 10 features a variety of smaller tweaks and improvements for an enriched gaming experience. Let's take a closer look at our next review. According to various reviews, the latest installment in the series is considered the best so far. Fans praise the new trade system as a significant and welcome improvement. The game receives high recommendations for hockey enthusiasts, offering a captivating experience with enjoyable features. However, some players express frustration with persistent injury news notifications despite attempts to disable them. Despite this issue, the overall sentiment remains positive, highlighting the game's amazing qualities and continuous improvement. Fans appreciate the new UI trade shopping mechanics, custom game options, and additions like Canadian college hockey. The constant updates promised by the development team contribute to the game's appeal. Players who invested hundreds of hours in the previous version appreciate the new features and optimizations in the current release. Notable enhancements include assigning scouts to tournaments, setting up preseason tournaments for prospects, and evaluating player contracts for fairness. Some players also praise the reduction in profit-taking by European club owners in the game. While certain technical issues are mentioned, such as crashes during simulation and disappointment in the 2D engine, the game is generally well received. Fans commend the in-depth simulation, making it the most comprehensive option in the market. Despite a few negative experiences with crashes, the game is described as fantastic, especially for hockey history enthusiasts who appreciate its editability. However, a few users expressed disappointment in the lack of meaningful changes from previous versions and mentioned random game crashes as an issue. Overall, the consensus is positive, with a strong recommendation for fans of hockey simulation. Fellowship is a survival action roguelike game where players assemble a party of 5 heroes to combat hordes of monsters in the world of Eldrada. Utilize unique skills, formations, and synergies to conquer the shadow cast by Golter, the Dark Sorcerer. Construct an unstoppable party by recruiting distinct heroes with varied skills and combat styles. Adapt and choose optimal formations in real time, unlocking special buffs to enhance your heroes. Discover ultimate party synergies to activate powerful combo skills and devastate foes. Scout surroundings for resources, magical stones, and items to fortify and customize your heroes, preparing them to challenge the encroaching darkness. Are you ready to guide your party and rescue Eldreda? Let's take a closer look at our next review. Common feedback points to issues with the formation system, citing discomfort and illogical rotations during combat. This often leads to member deaths while kiting enemies. Suggested improvements include an auto-rotation feature and using clicks to rotate units. Upgrades currently incentivize using fewer characters, limiting strategic options. Despite potential, the game falls short in scaling, forcing players to run from enemies due to insufficient damage. Long cooldowns on abilities contribute to perception of inactivity. Positive aspects include the party mechanic and formations, providing a more engaging experience. However, aiming and formation issues detract from the overall enjoyment. While some see high potential and strategic depth, others criticize the game's design, expressing disappointment with aspects like gear drops and overall gameplay experience. The game Terracards is a farming simulation where players inherit a lone island farm from their grandfather. Armed with a deck of cards and an entrepreneurial spirit, the goal is to transform the desolate land into a thriving agrarian empire. Each card played represents different elements of the farm, including crops, animals, and structures. Players must strategically choose cards, produce items, and sell them for cash to expand the farm, pay off fees, and gradually reduce a mounting debt. The challenge lies in maximizing efficiency to generate as much profit as possible. Let's now delve into the reviews. Common feedback points to a generally positive reception of the early access release, with many praising the game's value at its $9 USD price point. Players who enjoyed the demo found the full game to be straightforward. However, given its early access status, bugs and changes are expected. Some players express optimism about the game's future, but highlight certain improvements they'd like to see during the early access lifecycle. Requests include the ability to remove items from the farm and a quality of life improvement to trash cards from the deck. Concerns are raised about the disadvantageous nature of certain resource paths, particularly in fishing. Some suggest expanding the fishing system with additional recipes to make it more viable. On the technical side, players report lag issues, especially if production increases. One player notes significant lag when managing a farm with high production levels, suggesting the option to disable crop collection animations as a potential solution. Despite technical challenges, others appreciate the game's relaxed atmosphere and sense of progression, expressing anticipation for future improvements. Overall, the game is considered enjoyable, with optimism for its continued development. The game Warlocks Deeds is a superbly crafted medieval survival sandbox voxel game set in a mystical realm of magic and warlocks. Players step into the role of a budding warlock, exploring a vast voxel-based universe, gathering resources, and mastering the magical arts. Craft potions, build structures, and unravel the mysteries of long-lost runes. Survival in this untamed realm poses challenges, including navigating treacherous dungeons, contending with rival sorcerers, and adapting to a dynamic day-night cycle. The game introduces a unique dimension-traversing element, allowing warlocks to explore realms where magic and technology coexist through ancient portals. Earn experience points XP by engaging in various activities, progressing through levels to unlock new skill points, potions, and abilities. The leveling system emphasizes progression and personalization, shaping your warlock's abilities and playstyle based on preferences. Continuous growth and exploration are ensured through access to more challenging quests, areas, and encounters as you advance. Let's take a closer look at our next review. As observed by multiple reviewers, the game received mixed feedback. Some players expressed frustration, citing difficulties with basic gameplay elements such as placing a kiln and reported a quick uninstallation due to early challenges. On the contrary, a vocal group praised the game's update at Warlock's Quarry for an online mod, expressing excitement and gratitude. One player claimed it to be the best thing happening in 2023. Among the critiques, a fan of the game acknowledged a few issues, notably the absence of walking sounds, and requested the option to play with unlocked FPS. Another player offered language translation assistance, specifically in Russian and Ukrainian, pointing out errors in the current translation. Mixed sentiments continue, with one enthusiast boldly declaring, "Warlock Hashwan." Within the realm of Typecast, your mission is to navigate a relentless bullet hell onslaught by utilizing your typing skills. In this unique arcade experience, your mouse serves as your character, allowing ultra-precise movement as you weave through hordes of enemies. Each foe is assigned a specific letter, and typing accurately is crucial for survival. Face an endless onslaught of enemies, employing deep mechanics such as slow-mo, bombs, and parries to ascend the leaderboards. Can you manage the chaos and achieve the highest score in this challenging bullet hell shooter? Let's take a closer look at our next review. Initial impressions indicate that this game is a challenging mix of bullet hell, twin-stick shooter, and typing genres. It surprises players with its difficulty, making it a fast-paced experience that sharpens typing skills. Despite its appearance as a simple typing game, it boasts polished visuals and deep gameplay mechanics, including parries, special abilities, and varied enemy types with different attack patterns. The game feels like a modernized arcade experience with impressive visuals and mechanics. It's affordable and worth a try, offering a unique blend of elements. The game has received positive reviews for its polished visuals, addictive gameplay, and arcade-like experience. Players praise its sleek design, challenging mechanics, and the incorporation of typing into the bullet hell genre. The combination of bullet hell typing, good music, and leaderboards makes it a recommended experience, likened to a blend of Vampire Survivors and the Typing of the Dead. Some players highlight the game's addictive nature, expressing a desire to beat their high scores and engage in quick sessions during downtime. The pixel art, simple mechanics, and short play sessions contribute to its appeal. However, there are suggestions for improvements, such as enhanced gem bounce mechanics and the addition of meta progression for a more engaging experience. While some players appreciate the game's infuriating challenges and leaderboard competition, others caution against expecting permanent upgrades or significant similarities to Vampire Survivors. One critique revolves around the difficulty of picking up crystals near the screen edge without being caught off guard by approaching enemies. Suggestions for improvement include adding an indicator arrow to warn of incoming enemies when off-screen letters are within the attack radius. In summary, TYPECAST offers a unique and challenging arcade experience that combines typing, bullet hell, and twin-stick shooter elements. It impresses players with its polished visuals, addictive gameplay, and the thrill of leaderboard competition. While some improvements are suggested, the overall sentiment is positive, especially considering the game's affordable price. Within the realm of Treachery and Beatdown City U and Trouble, your mission is to play as US President Blake Arama en route to a UN speech, only to be kidnapped. Despite his presidential stiffness, Arama unleashes formidable moves to combat a deluge of unsavory characters in this dark comedy brawling action tactics game. Utilize the power of the presidential fist for fireballs, uppercuts, and kicks. Create combos, grapple opponents, and strategically employ real-time and combo menu-based attacks. Inflict and endure status effects like stun, burn, and bleed while facing diverse class-based enemies. Immerse yourself in a timeless score by Inverse Phase, the creator of acclaimed albums like Pretty 8 Machine and The Chipping of Ice. And now we come to the reviews. As observed by multiple reviewers, the game introduces an interesting combo menu in fights and features good music along with entertaining dialogues. On the downside, some find the RPG combo choice option in a fighting game disruptive, breaking the flow. While the dialogue is amusing, the game is criticized for being short and serving as more of a promotional tool for the main game. Despite being completed in a brief time frame, it offers a decent level of fun without reaching extraordinary heights. However, caution is advised not to set expectations too high, and there is a quirky reference to the final boss. The Game Championship Prologue is an online co-op action roguelike where players take on the roles of powerful champions fighting against the relentless forces of the Dominion. Set in an eternal battle to save the realm, players experience the first chapter of the champion's daring escape from Dominion captivity, rediscovering celestial abilities along the way. The game features the ability to shift forms between vehicle and hero, each with distinct playstyles, strengths, and weaknesses. With intuitive controls and the option for manual aiming, players must survive challenging enemy encounters that reward strategic play. Prologue showcases champions like Sun Wukong, Athena, and Gilgamesh, each with their own unique abilities. Players can engage in solo runs or join up to 4-player online co-op, leveraging teamwork to overcome challenges. The game offers 3 unique locations with stage variations, day/night versions, and the opportunity to upgrade abilities for a customized experience. Additionally, the ability to transform into powerful vehicles with weaponry adds a unique dimension to the genre, allowing for diverse strategies and gameplay styles. Completing missions and defeating Dominion bosses rewards players with tech caches and heroic gifts, enhancing their heroes to unprecedented levels. Let's take a closer look at our next review. According to various reviews, the game seems to lack coherent feedback, making it difficult for players to understand their progress. The pie recipe inserted in the text adds a quirky element, but it doesn't contribute to the game's review. Some players express frustration with the game's unclear objectives and find the experience less enjoyable due to this confusion. The mention of superheroes in tubes and gas mask enemies with cattle prod sparks curiosity, but the connection to the overall game experience remains unclear. The reference to transforming into a car and comparisons to the game Hades add a layer of complexity, leaving players questioning the game's identity and design choices. Overall, the reviews suggest a need for better communication of game mechanics and objectives to enhance player satisfaction. The game Watermelon Game is a fruit-themed puzzle where players aim to combine 10 different fruits to reach the ultimate goal, the watermelon. Utilize 3 distinct abilities strategically to maximize your score, but be cautious, as using them depletes your points. Challenge yourself to combine as many watermelons as possible before your basket overflows. Keep an eye out for the elusive golden fruit, which brings unique effects when discovered. Dive into detailed statistics in the menu to track your progress, including the number of combined fruits and ability usage. Let's take a closer look at our next review. As observed by multiple reviewers, Suka Game appears to be an obvious copy of the original but boasts a more polished feel as a desktop version. The hand-drawn fruits add a fun element, although some express uncertainty about enjoying the abilities. There's a wish for mouse cursor functionality similar to the original. Overall, opinions are mixed, with one review stating it's an okay game, while another gives it a perfect 10/10 score, deeming it better than the original. On the lighter side, a playful comment mentions the game being so fruity, with a touch of humour. A brief mention of addiction is made by a player influenced by a Welsh man and a gremlin expressing eagerness for the multiplayer release. However, a contrasting opinion straightforwardly labels it a bad game. Hidden World 6 Top-Down 3D is a hidden object game set in beautiful locations. Players must find 20 different objects with specific designs in frozen 3D levels. Using the mouse, they click on the objects as the system guides them through the search. With automatic object selection, the game offers high replay value, requiring players to find different objects in each playthrough. Let's now delve into the reviews. Initial impressions indicate that the game involves searching for objects on a 3D map, providing a unique challenge in locating items. The game employs windows to guide players in their search, offering a visually engaging experience. The 3D format adds complexity to the task, making it more than meets the eye. The game introduces intriguing puzzles in a 3D environment, showcasing various mechanics. Despite its apparent simplicity, the concept of searching for objects across different worlds adds diversity to the gaming experience, making it a standout choice for your library. In this exciting game, Roboquest players must navigate through a futuristic world filled with relentless robotic enemies. Armed with powerful weapons and advanced technology, they embark on a thrilling journey to uncover the mysteries behind the robotic uprising. The game offers intense combat scenarios, strategic decision-making, and a visually stunning environment, creating an immersive experience for players. Join the community on Discord to share strategies and engage with fellow players. And now we come to the reviews. Common feedback points to the developers being among the best, transparent, and dedicated. They make significant changes for the game's health. While the game's systems evolved for more fun, it lacks customization compared to Gunfire Reborn. Despite this, the game offers better gunplay. The summer update enhances the rogue elements, showing the team's dedication to community feedback. The FPS model stands out with stunning art, sound, combat movement, and music. However, the developers struggle to find a solid fitting in the rogue genre, making subtle changes without a significant impact. The game's best maps showcase open-ended designs and excellent traversal mechanics. If the developers elevate the roguelite elements, Roboquest could become an iconic genre title. The game is praised as one of the best feeling FPS rogues, worth playing and supporting. Some suggest diversifying with a story mode in different locations instead of solely focusing on rogue abilities. Despite consistent core mechanic overhauls, players find the game endlessly enjoyable, likening it to Risk of Rain 2 meets Borderlands with fast-paced gameplay. The overall experience is described as a mix of fun, fast-paced action, unique weapons, and an appealing soundtrack. If you're seeking a break from battle royales or completed Doom Eternal, Roboquest might be the game for you.